believe you me, when it comes to those certifications, some of the embassies, trust me, they don't even know what we are talking about.
Some of the embassies.
Some of the Ghanaian missions abroad, they don't even know the process.
They don't know.
How many cases now?
Able to me actually say certificate was like authentic.
Now let me tell you this. Senior Yankusi instructed me. I drafted the letter. I have it here.
But I didn't call letter.
I can show it to you. The letter, I have a copy of it here. I can show it to you.
But a letter need that screen though.
All right, interesting times. Any more stories? Ena eba Effeh the Lumba brouhaha. Me pacho last week on United Showbiz na Papa She versus Ebusuya Penny negotia. Me pacho ene. The lawyers for Akosua Serwaa Yawa mu ekopi mu okote wi asenes o madincho na ebra o mu kodi ncho na Ebusuya. One particular issue by after the court ruling the issue of marriage certificate Lumba. The German marriage certificate one Akosua Serwaa na eda o Montebusuya eno ene kwaye the bone of contention by after the court ruling and be muchem say fake and na court no ruling eventually the German embassy of Ghana released statement near the Addo ho nsem bebre ene the lawyers for Akosua Serwaa etimi akopi mo United Showbiz Ebusuya omo echeche nsem na omo nsem na omo ka no partly omo the blame no ekọ edema the Ghana embassy ewo Germany Ghanaian embassy ewo Germany awo chimse omo amwa case ni because bra na omo certification and answer authentication of documents na the marriage certificate dey akopi mo court no Ghanaian embassy ewo Germany ntimi ambwa this Germany aside that processes ahodo any some stress our lawyers ne kura ko mu still woman ntimi anya documents and say omunya etimi defend omu case ano mu emeki e court na Ebusuya and a lawyer na etimi acheche nsemu interest in a full conversation any court processes a court so especially this particular segment if focus mainly on the marriage certificate na Ebusuya menim say interest ho yenko na yentie lawyer William Kusio no ejinemu erema Akosua Serwaa net second in command no so case no di makoto no na echeche nsemu any issues or face here court regarding the marriage certificate and now so eventually Multimedia presenting cases be any documents be which say na the presenting was a fake marriage certificate a moment me anko in case no so one thing say na say ene enchemu aba yenkotie ensema course so marriage certificate ne ho any stress lawyers ni ko mu die nti o ntimi am presented the authentic document be ma court agiatum e de abom case no na yento ansem no so menka say ha di Asempa TV na first time obetimi subscribe comment section also e open yento ensem no so Ebusuya
nti CMC no and whereby after application for direction or do be akotro na nim asem nti there one thing there some one na me fe we so mfentwem odo go so counter claiming after yes sama nti what could be a counter claim why the anso issue nti issue na anso issue as I say in time ye plaintiff no in another way no anso plaintiff at as bia nti odo bia prove the case ano no issue ni na there court na nche there Mami Akosua Serwaa no nya yero
ono so did the
yes ano ni suit ano the counter claim or the bende court in Mami Akosua Serwaa no nya yero as at the time that is 26th of July 2025 Lumba will no nya yero then the second one had to do with it seemed there when declared that she was customarily married like Mcbrown or Warren or Mcbrown do baby them then it seems she had about 3 counterclaims so now one had to do with Nikuna no se bibidam into ansu siwi into you do CMC state that was on the 12th of November me na timelines now in fact I have to say that I did not be in the exigency of the case now because of time was of the essence now na my lady pedo meeting now on them there normally it takes time maybe the mobile take time kakra and san it me but remember the court has done well with regards to timelines that we will meet into edu CMC after all case in some control work on the statement of claim one some those are facts when the embryo say no bia one some they are facts edu CMC or they file witness statement now witness statement one in the evidence beam
Okay.
At I say.
On evidence.
One evidence. Inti ebe yem find a misstatement of claim. Ebe na market. MCA abwana tell you she. Man na moto man. Maybe an MCA was why enter defense. I am na moto man. Or a fact na waka. I'm a miss moto man. I am not. I'm also I am na moto man. At I say. Inti waka na the mark on a fact. Now you have to prove it. Into one or the yes, yeah, into one of the chim there, the queen or cheddar, I am a man. Now the crowd make sure I'm a man. Okay, you get it. So that stage in a statement of claim now, who defense now, they are pleading. Second pleadings are they are statement of fact. They are not substantiated with evidence. Okay, only flesh or a fact. What's America keke? Interfering or they substantiating. So you do what can employ a witness statement. Into witness statement one now evidence now the printer there. I want to man na the crown no so record on ya want to man na don't know obi add the evidence baba, so you add it to your witness statement now attach adi obi add then you attach it. Now yenzi anyen mama Akosua Serwaa nankasa mbonku as in one testify personally into or the two ma obi de on kasa man that is mama George no say bonsu. Okay, seems like a very close friend, very close friend. In time of the two medicine in same day, on Casaman, on testify man, on Jina man. Na a member me and Estina Fosu. That is a sister, Nakusa Brimpoma, this senior sister. Now, so, or say, or be testify man with regards to our warriors. Na, yes, supina one Suffolk thanker, and with regards to culture in some Nadano, ne supina and Dombra. In fact, Yesupina on record, Yesupina German embassy in Ghana, and it's on record. In fact, one proof of service Nadine Bay. But you see, the problem with those foreign consulates, and they say, though they are in Ghana, they are not really in Ghana. They are sovereign states on their own. Their diplomatic relations into what they want. A supina no pure member or pure omba. Intimation. Unlike David and our empress, my supino or their bracot and be their dance next ember, and you between Yasho, a boom brother or a contempt of court now. But I say, but I want the intimation.
But you need them.
You need them up your member. Up your omba. Oh, case, up your member, up your omba. Intimate and conquer. They have that diplomatic immunity. They have that diplomatic immunity. The Muslim Ghana embassy, even Germany, they have that diplomatic immunity. Into German embassy, German government for one to conquer Ghana embassy for our Germany or they banner. Germany courts now better testify you can't force them. So but we subpoenaed them all the same. Now we had wanted them to speak to documentations now you start case you start hearing in fact according to Evidence Act the moment ever mounted witness boss with documentations with evidence there was a thatcher na say what to one now opponents no be can or at that moment no do raise objections. Okay. Auntie in case and normally they start with the plaintiff. Our plaintiff I will be open case. In this case, Mama Akosua Serwaa ne attorney no. That is Mama George no say bonsu. Mo be kesa man no. Ana no do open case. Into attach Mama Akosua Serwaa ne documentations as in ne marriage certificate, ne power of attorney na translation a way no Germany into English na Ghana Institute of Languages one translation or together with other documentations via videos new they attach into amount say they raise objections with regards to documentations now my lady here in the day at the time an injunction or directed that we should have the authentication into one signal William Kusi as part of the argument it was a lengthy argument with regards to objections we raising they how authentic those documents are and the mama court in it was quite a lengthy argument. Now Senior William Kusi no reply or the more there when it comes to admissibility of evidence it's about the probative value as in the weight of the evidence now it's about admissibility. If it is relevant, they will be judged. Then the court will determine which what to do. So, or cite cases, and now they were coming from the angle there. That is the defendants. One angle was based on Section 161, Subsection 1 and Subsection 2 of the Evidence Decree, 1975, NRCD 323. Okay. Now, that's Section 161, 1 or Subsection 2, or based on the facts there. If it is a foreign document, you need those authentication. Okay. And so now, court na asher there or the way to better than them, you need those authentication. But you see, for some reasons, and for how wise the legislature is, what the another subsection what the shame, that is Section 161, Subsection 3 of the Evidence Decree. And that one was to the effect that if there are some circumstance, some exceptional circumstance being certification becomes a problem, and authentication of those documents becomes a problem, then the court can give parties no reasonable time. Now, when I say one investigation for the authentication, then the court will waive the certification. So,
Mubisa, my lady.
That was the cross of our argument. Okay. So the cross of our argument, in fact, Senior William Kusi made it on record to the court that these are practical hardships we are facing. Okay. And believe you me, when it comes to those certifications, some of the embassies, trust me, they don't even know what we are talking about.
Some of the embassies,
some of the Ghanaian missions abroad, they don't even know the process.
They don't know.
How many cases now?
Able to me certificate was like authentic.
Now let me tell you this. Okay, let me start. You see, when it comes to the law, there is no assumption there. Judge Bianim, Bibianim, all the laws. Even the Supreme Court, they sometimes get it wrong. Okay. Internet con reviewer, they can sometimes change their mind. Okay, no, first you can do A, but since you say no, you mistake or a B, they can sometimes change their mind. Okay. Because when you be in law, so you research. That makes you a good lawyer. Okay. You research and you read. So, you share how complex the process was. There is this convention, we call it the Hague Apostille Convention. Now, Hague Apostille Convention, it was a convention that came into being, that was somewhere 1961 or so. Other convention seeks to do, and it seems about 127 countries are signatories to it. Other convention seeks to do is abolish the complexities which accompanies the authentication of documents. Because they realize that if one foreign document is moving to another foreign document, the authenticity of it to ascertain, sometimes it takes time because I feel they be an Kofi say they or check or they do maybe a question.
Abra ye mami Akosua Serwaa behu na wode ni problem betu when the wonke dinene pacho munim say eban certificate it takes a lot of time. Interpreter man can change say ade we okoye e be take time.
So you have options to you. When it comes to proof in law, when you are proving something in law, not necessarily about the documentations, but if there are other corroborating credible evidence, link in some now, you can make your case out. In the for instance, I'm a colleague on. We were school 2013. So the fact that Effeh to me finish and me certificate Schwar, does it mean them I'm colleague on? However, if I'm able to lead credible evidence to show in some BC in the BC to show there indeed require, you get it. So you can call in credible witnesses who be testify. There were options. Okay. Though we knew it was difficult, but you have to keep it at definitely, and based on the fact that that time was also of the we had a short period. And so we considered all those conventions, but what we realized was that Ghana was not a signatory to that convention. And since if Ghana was a signatory to that Apostille Convention, American and Nanka, what it means is Germany is a signatory to that convention. So what it means is we'll carry all the documents to German government. Okay. Germany. They will just authenticate to it one single document.
And
everybody, we are not signatories to it. Okay. Ghana, you're signatories to it. So we couldn't take that option, but that option would have been faster.
Okay.
You get it? We couldn't take that option. So the only option left for us, there, we have to go through the systematic authentication. And that is section 161 and section 161 subsection 1 and section 161 subsection 2 of the evidence decree. You have to go through. Or if you are not able to make that, you rely on section 1613 of the evidence decree 1975. You rely on it. I don't know more, a bit almost leeway kakra. That for some exceptional circumstances, if you are not able to authenticate it, the court should give the parties reasonable time for them to ascertain as to the veracity of documents. Okay, and if so, or authentic and ability. So whether they will make their contact with embassy, who knows how they should get their information, so that the court will give them. And the court itself, because there is a foreign document, the court itself is not exempted from also making its own investigation. In fact, Effeh evidence decree now, that is, it seems section 114 or so. The court itself, if confronted with any difficult issue, they can call in expert witness to come and testify. So the court can do that on its own motion. On its own. And it happens a lot.
Okay.
So the court can decide that no, because of this, let's call in this expert witness to come and assist the court.
Okay.
Then the cost will be borne by the parties. Or any of the parties can decide, okay, then for expert witness number. But one thing you should notice, expert witness, so better testify or quarter, the court is not bound by expert witness as some of even if say, okay, yeah, Kofi a lawyer you or Germany bed there, I'm a mechan, you work and then Akosua Serwaa need documents and want some you're authentic if we are taking that option, because if there's certification, that does not mean it's conclusive.
Okay.
The court in Bejatum, the court per its own reasoning can decide there on Jintum. But when it happens like that, the court must assign reason. Adukunso free expert witness expert witness Obama near one jantum. You get it? So the court is not bound by it. When you look at section 114, the court has that opportunity. So now, still on the authentication, because we're time bound in it, these things I'm telling you, I speak them as in I have personal knowledge of it, because I worked closely with Senior William Kusi in Tanochem. So what we did was immediately after working then injunction application, then we made contact with contact over Germany that they should quickly do this for us. They should go to the embassy and make checks.
Through email or
those are our contacts. Internally contact on the informal sidelines. So they contacted the embassy. They contacted the Ghanaian embassy in Germany, and information I knew was that they are not too how do you call it, they are not too familiar with that process. That was the information I mean. So and make there or a year say that say on Yamina me Fred directly into make a year say, but that was the information we had from our contacts, that they were not too familiar. That is Ghanaian based, no Germany. They were not too familiar with the process. So Senior William Kusi insisted. Then no, they should try harder. So what we did was we had to send mail. We had to send mail. So Senior William Kusi instructed me. I drafted the letter. I have it here.
But I didn't call letter.
And see, letter in day. After each year, president, as in Ghana president or original president, name was Germany. Oh, Sisia, your case be a easy so and so. Now, because of that, we been here, they authenticate some letters. In the best ones, so with my boy now, they authenticate letters, given the exigency of the situation to one boy, and they attach those documents, they authenticate or certify with the man. And in fact, we went to that extent of even quoting the session because we had information earlier from young reps or Germany there. They've made the contact and it seems they are not getting better information. We wanted to get it right, so we had to quote the law for them so that they know. Don't be on here there. Yeah, but when they won't remember certification, but because they embrace share.
Okay.
Though there is the certification, so we quoted in the letter. Section 1611, section 1612, section 1612. I can show it to you. The letter, I have a copy of it here. I can show it to you.
But letter need that screen, though.
You have it.
Yeah, we have it.
Okay.
My producer, can we see?
So
yes.
Okay. So Senior William Kusi instructed me. I drafted it.
You
yes.
wrote this. Okay.
So we made the request.
Okay.
Oshay, or no correction, so be woman, yeah, finally, yes, Sunday. If I remember correctly, it seems we sent it on the 6th and 7th or something like of November.
Of November.
Yeah. Yes, no, Sunday. So at that time we did the injunction application somewhere. No, you're drafting the 3rd. You're drafting somewhere 3rd of November. Okay. Now it seems that within the 4th or the 5th would be yes Sunday.
Okay.
And under the year injunction application that was on the 28th of October.
Okay.
And immediately yes Sunday, you know, we didn't get any response. Any response? We didn't get any response. So Senior William Kusi gave me any reps or Germany, you know. They managed to get the contact of German embassy.
Okay.
A Ghana embassy or Germany. They give us the contact. So Senior William Kusi gave me. This case I've been his right hand man. I'm supporting. Oboko battle for them. I'm not them prepare. Me a BBA or them demand so that he will lead the charge. Okay. Then I will follow. It's a learning process. Okay. So he gave me the number, Henry Frewan. So I called. In fact, the information I had was, anytime a phone they are available, you can get them. So on the 6th of November, I personally, from my own phone, I called twice. That was around 5 or 6 one. Then I was like, they done what happened. So we're out of normal working time, you know. So the following day, that was on the 7th of November, personally, I called again. It seems I called the first time was around 11 I called. Nobody picked. In 2 hours time, that was around 1 area, bro, on the 7th of November. No, let me free you. Into me free you. Then, fortunately for me, one lady picked. We were freezing. So when the lady picked, we introduced someone. Let me be Sunday. Can she confirm receipt of our email we've sent to them? I said yes, they've received it. That was about 3 days later. Now, so look at the yes, so confirm that they've received it.
Okay.
Now we will hear from them.
Okay.
You get it. And this was the time we were nearing a work and then for CMC. But start a trial because the trial started starting 17th. The time was so crying. So what it means is you have to hatch different plans.
My lady Yawa.
We told the court.
Okay.
Every time we were objecting, and we told the court.
They should give you time.
We told
so amount of time.
Time meaning we have such a timeline, but we told the court. We wanted the court to be in the know.
Okay.
That this is what we are facing.
Okay.
You get it.
Okay.
And in fact, in our addresses, on the A case, you write addresses or submissions.
Okay.
In our submissions, we wrote under the supervision of Senior William Kusi. He told me, Henry, let it come in so that it will be on record that this is what we attempted.
Okay.
In the Effeh submissions, pages 16, 17, and 18, particularly page 18. We spoke about it at length.
Okay.
Now, even yes, I'm so cry. We went even further to even give recommendations. I think our submission is missing Senior William Kusi or the copy ma Ula. So if you are Ula, why then I could confirm. Yeah, the copy crowd or the send them there. He can read it so that you would see.
Okay.
So we indicated it in it. And see, when the lady said she has confirmed there, okay, once I can mail, we will hear from them now. We sent the mail somewhere around the 6th or the 7th. It was on the 10th of November when they responded officially. They forwarded the documents to the appropriate office for further action to be taken.
Okay.
Now, case no.
But I didn't make.
And see, what Senior William Kusi decided to do was, okay, and one thing about proving law, when you are proving foreign law, it is not only based on expert witness. As I said, expert witness, you can come and testify. The court is not bound by it. Or pure befa, or pure unfa. But there are other means of proving your case.
Okay.
You get it? And in the judgment, from my lady Kraken, from there, if Senanka videos were man, and I heard people saying there, and no video. Those videos, Akosua Serwaa, Lumba was signed or case. It came after the case, after the judgment had been rendered. Okay. And see, Then we had to hatch another plan. In Supina, a German embassy for somebody there, Nombra, speak to working in those documents. Now, this is the situation. Yes, about the authenticity of those documents we have. And this was even against the backdrop that they had even given us confirmation letter from German embassy. Will confirm the documents we have is authentic. Meaning say who that letter. About
it's one what the bay.
In fact, that letter, that confirmation letter from German working an embassy now, what confirm the Mami Akosua Serwaa on the document or authentic. Though it is coming from the German embassy in Ghana. So that it's the German embassy, but it's Germany. You know it's in Ghana, it's Germany. So even the confirmation letter itself needs authentication. You see how applied?
Okay, more TV you do.
Okay. So the confirmation letter itself. Yes, though it was given by German embassy or Ghana Day, but they are not in Ghana per se. You get it? They are in Germany.
It is like if Germany never idea.
It's still cry. You need authentication. It's a foreign document.
It's a foreign document.
Into Sophie Germany no be you, Sophie Ghana embassy no fear be you. They are all foreign documents.
Okay.
So the confirmation letter itself, no other confirm the cry still needs authentication.
Wow.
So this letter was even part of the document we emailed to Ghana embassy or Germany. They should authenticate all these documents for us.
Okay.
In the Edinina account, yes, Supina, somebody, anybody the German embassy can provide them to speak to those documents. But as I said, what do one if you're lucky they can come, if you're lucky they will not come. But they are not bound by your subpoena and all court processes in Adom. If they can come. So they didn't come.
But
now
this issue is very
yes. So Ebikade Nesina William Kusina 1 year one authenticate documents now. This is the effort we put in, and we made it go on record. Or by any submission, we wrote it there. There, this is what we faced. And in fact, we made even recommendations in our submissions we wrote to the court. Until now, we're left with one option. The option was to rely on Section 161, subsection 3 of the evidence decree. And when it comes to the authentication of documents, Section 161, next section. It's Section 161 subsection 1, Section 161 subsection 2. I wish that Nankubitim we Ebiana that session American Ebian they can pull it up. And see, Section 161 subsection 1 is about the fact that foreign document or foreign signature, official signature, to be deemed authentic if it has been certified. Then Section 161 subsection 2 talks to the fact there. Such certification or prescribe the procedure for such certification. And so the procedure, it talks about the fact that Nippon or Obey sign any signature, obey similar new position or hold in the was sign, then to certify, attach it to the document there is original, is authentic. Now the subsection is Section 161 subsection 3 will give us a leeway. Leeway there. It seems the lawmaker foresaw something. They realize that it is possible that somebody might encounter challenges in authenticating documents. Time factor. So the lawmaker gives a leeway that if for some reasons you are unable to authenticate, the court should give the parties reasonable time. No authenticate documents. If reasonable time is given to the courts, the court will presume that the certificate is authentic. Then the court will waive the certification. It's the miscertification and call the Kwadwo embassy one. Because that opportunity has been given the parties that they should do their individual investigation as to how authentic those documents are. And if they are able to do that, the court will waive the certification and call or attach it and presume it to be authentic. So that was what we were leaning on. And even before Section 161 subsection 3 of the evidence decree, when you look at Section 136 subsection 2 of the evidence decree now, it talks about the fact that the most of authentication is not even limited to Section 161 alone. Into our argument even in court, when they raised the objections, our argument in court was like, Section 161 no crown is section 16 is section 136 subsection 2 no says that the most of authenticating documents no is not even limited alone to section 161 or there call Ghana Embassy one or there certify your code is not limited to that. Into any argument and you make to the court in the court should look at section 161 subsection 3. But for some reasons unbeknownst to us, the court did not side with us. And my ekano, the court and the judgment now, it was like if we had made that attempt, we should have brought you to the notice of maybe a court and something to file something to show.
Sure.
But you see, funny enough also, Effeh paragraph 117 or so. Is it paragraph 117 or so? Me check. Effeh, either paragraph, is it 117 or something? Effeh, the court says, the documents now, if the German embassy there now, or confirm the Mamias Akosua Serwaa when the documents are correct, and that is Manu with the true decision or to whom we may concern. That document, the court commented on it.
Oh, yeah, documents you are.
The document, yes, the court commented on it, and this was the comments the court made on it. Court from the observation, where would they attend that document? That document also needs authentication. Today, section 161, subsection 1 and 2. No, but now, or something today, it's a Herculean tax. Or say either there we authenticate it or we can bring in somebody from the embassy to come and testify to that document. No, so there is a Herculean task for us to overcome.
So that means there wasn't time for you to.
Court nanga say to you, Addo no e wonu krampo me on the day. After the court nanga say no problem no. There is either we have to authenticate it under section 161 subsection 1 and 2 no. Court now so call forward something there is a Herculean task for us. Then yes, still the court judged us that we couldn't authenticate it under section 161 subsection 1 and 2.